Hello,
We're the Murphys. Well, we're Cindy and Candy Murphy of the Murphys, and we're beyond excited to be sitting here telling you all about our brand new album, House of the Yellow Door. It's a mostly original album. It's been in work for a number of years now, and it's a really important album to us because it's seen us through a pandemic, it's seen us become mommies, it's seen us lose people that we loved, both personally and in music, and it's been a real storytelling journey for our family, hasn't it, Cindy? And you call it our storybook, don't you?
I call it our storybook, our history, written in song, and the title track, House with the Yellow Door, is the story.
It is my story, and I have the great honour of my family choosing it to be the title of this album. It's the story of a broken engagement, my own, a few years ago. So it's a very raw song to write about. And I called off the engagement, came back to Ireland, and I felt that it was something I really needed to write about because it's about following your heart, and that is the premise of the entire album. And we're really excited for this song because it's an up-tempo Irish country song, and it's just about following your heart and coming home to yourself no matter what.
An Irish morning and her heart makes sense once more in that house with the yellow door. La, 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 la.
Now we're on to Dancing with the Fishermen, and I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to say because it went so far beyond anything that we expected for the song. Dancing with the Fishermen is probably one of our biggest hits.
Well, I have met people in the street thanking me for bringing this song to the platform, because the music platform, because it has taken them through very dark times during the pandemic. It's made them laugh, and it's, again, it was composed in the kitchen with Candy playing spoons and forks and knives on the table with the beat. There is a story, one of us did dance with the fisherman.
We're never going to tell you who that was.
Not gonna tell you.
But it was one of us.
One of us danced with a fisherman.
And it happened in the Gleneagle in Killarney. That's the
Killarney.
only other thing we can tell you.
One of the sisters came off the floor and then she went, I danced with a fisherman.
And we all went,
Oh. Story. And that's where Dancing with the Fisherman came to light. And we want to say thank you to everybody who has supported us, who has played us on radio, who has left us beautiful messages of support, and you are the people who have egged us on to develop our music.
you were Dancing with the Fishermen.
You gotta mind your heart, you'll try to reel you in, try to reel you in, try to reel you in. Mind your heart, you'll try to reel you in, dancing with the fisherman. Mind your heart, you'll try to reel you in, try to reel you in, try to reel you in. Mind your heart, you'll try to reel you in, dancing with the fisherman. La 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 la.
The next song off the album is A Little Immigrant. Now, this is the Murphy story. This is where everything began. We immigrated to England. We didn't know when we were coming home, what we were facing when we got there, and basically it's where we began. And we were in the studio one day, and we were looking for a waltz, and Dad said to us, what about The Little Immigrant? Candy wrote it when she was 15, and he said, let's just tell our story. So she went in under the bed, got out her box, got her piece of paper out, we brought it into studio, and we came up.
So it's a huge thing to actually hear the song now, because it just literally was under my bed for so long. And the only reason it was is because I always believe, and I always say, every song has its time, and I never felt it was right to record it or bring it out until this album. So this is a very special, this is the Murphy story.
Yeah, and I think it's important now, especially after a pandemic and people being caught abroad and away from home. I think it's poignant after what we've just been through the last few years, because adults go on the boat, adults get on the plane, but a lot of the time there's kids too, and they're little immigrants as well. So this is Little Immigrants, our story.
And sadly watched our homeland disappear, and I wondered, was the Irish sea filled with Irish tears?
One of the most unique things about House of the Yellow Door is the fact that most of the album was actually recorded live in studio, which was a fantastic opportunity to get together with some of our greatest friends in the business and create something very special. And no greater example of this album than The Wonderful Superstone, written by Shel Silverstone. As you will hear, the original compared to the Murphys version of it are two very different versions, and that gave ourselves and the musicians within the live context of the studio to sit down and say, come on, let's give this a lash, let's do something completely different with this song. Every musician flowed and ebbed, and in the end, and after I think it was probably our 7th, 8th, 20th shot at it, we came up with the Murphys version of The Wonderful Superstone, and now we think we've quite a funky number.
I like it.
But you have to judge
I
yourself.
like it.
But it's something quite different.
The second song that we want to talk about is The Boy Who Cried the Tears. It
It was a single for us.
was a single for us and did extremely well for us. The idea of that was my little boy was out one day, he tripped, cut his knee very badly, came into his Auntie Candy, he wanted to cry, felt he couldn't cry because he was a big boy, and Candy just said to him, the boy who cries the tears makes the man care. And it's just I think just a little thing that men find it hard to express themselves, and to cry a tear is not heard of. And in this song we try to say, the boy who cries the tears makes a man.
It's a very old style country song, and I think it fits in very well with all the rest of the songs on the album.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed it. Another
So what
one
else
that we've
have we
got on the
got,
album, well, we have many, but right now we're going to talk about My Father's Song. Now, it's probably one of my favourites on the album because our own dad, Pat, plays accordion, and we grew up listening to him play accordion. We also grew up and we learned our craft from the ground up, from the pubs in London to some of the biggest venues in England and Ireland. And this song is about where we learned our craft. It's a true story based in a pub in London called the Royal Oak. We had many a wonderful session in there, and one day, the best.
Sessions, yeah.
One day I saw a young lad coming off his seat inside the pub, and he heard a song on the jukebox, and it was a song that his father used to sing to him. And these were all strangers to each other, but they became family inside his pub. So all the other lads started singing the song with him just to support him as he was crying about his dad back home in Ireland. It really struck a chord with me, and it was something I wanted to write about for a very long time, because we all have songs that mean things to us for very personal reasons, and My Father's Song is dedicated to that lad in London. I don't even know his name, but he's now part of our album. It's quite amazing, so I hope you enjoy My Father's Song as much as I had the privilege of writing it.
The accordion danced upon his knee. He smiled at me, and my world was singing along to my father's song.
Candy, what's the next song on the album?
Well, the next song is a song called Give Me a Sign. Give Me a Sign is an Irish country waltz. Again, it's a song from a very personal place. It was written at the same time as House with the Yellow Door, same week, I think, in fact. And as I said earlier on, House with the Yellow Door was about my broken engagement. So obviously I'd come home from Ireland. I was feeling very lost. I didn't know where I was going, what I was doing, but I did know what have to do with music. I knew that much. But it's about being lost. It's about looking for direction.
Looking for direction, looking for help.
Looking for help.
Yeah.
Even though you can't see any signs of where you're going to go around you, but for a lot of people, you look up there for the sign, and it's about having faith, isn't it? Faith in yourself, faith in your journey.
Faith in your journey, faith in yourself, and faith in the man up there.
And funny enough, that Give Me a Sign, it actually led me to sitting right here today, and I know all the answers to the questions that I asked when I wrote that song now. So it's a really
I hope
special
you
song.
like Give Me a Sign. Next one, Candy, is
Heartbreak Hill, I think, same day.
Heartbreak Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, Heartbreak Hill. So, we were one of the first contestants to go on Glór Tíre
Many moons ago.
many moons ago, and it was one of the first songs that we sang on Glór Tíre, Heartbreak Hill. And so many people asked us for a long time, have you recorded it, have you recorded it? And they kept asking us over the year, and they've seen YouTube clips and everything else of Glór Tíre, and we just went, you know what, let's just record it. So in this new album, Heartbreak Hill, is on it, and
It's exciting
it
to
was
see
so
it
much
on
fun.
it.
It was so much
It was
fun.
so much fun
It was
because
so
we
much
did,
fun.
again, we very much, even back in the days of Dorothea, we did our own take on Heartbreak Hill, which is the same with Harris song, and we very much did our own thing with it, and so it's exciting to have it
It's
on here.
exciting, and again, it's part of the Murphy's history. So that goes into the album as well, you know. Next we have, what else we got?
We have the Boys of Killybegs.
Boys of Killybegs. Now, again, back into the Murphy's history. The Boys of Killybegs was a song that I used to sing on the stage of the Galtymore on a Saturday night, and I used to be playing music with my family, and I used to look down the floor and everyone would be jiving. The floor would be bouncing up and down to the beat of the music, people jiving, and tons of people from Donegal in London at the time, and it was just a great song, a great beat. It had heart. It's a beautiful place in Donegal. It's when you think of Donegal, you think of sea, rugged beauty, and
Grounding.
Grounding.
And that song's very grounding.
Very
in this
grounding,
album.
and I think it's
just a great Irish country song, Boys of
Great
Killybegs,
Irish country
and we
song, yeah.
certainly enjoyed recording it in there.
absolutely.
With the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet all rising gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, and the boys from Killybegs come rolling home.
Hello! Hey, Kate! Hello, you've
Kate's
arrived!
Here we go.
Katie and Bump.
Katie and Bump.
Katie
So
and
we'll
Bump.
give her a seat.
Thank you.
Decaf tea.
Let's go. And we were just about to talk about Kerry.
Oh, that's a long way from here now, Candice. So it is.
Now the song.
Oh. Guess I need the tea then.
Tell people about Kerry, Kate.
I'm very serious.
Well,
we need to talk about Kerry.
Kerry is, I think, one of the loveliest songs to talk about on this album because it means the most to us. It's the county where we were born and bred and grew up, and it was a privilege to be able to write about Kerry in the middle of the county itself. And we went back to a lovely village in Glenbeigh in County Kerry, where it has one of the longest beaches in Ireland, which is Ross Bay Beach. And the other place we love to go writing a song as well was Carrantoo, which is one of our famous mountains as well. So that was, I think, one of the highlights for me.
And we always wanted to write a song about Kerry.
We did.
Always.
Yeah.
But again, until this album, we didn't feel it was the right time. Every song has a time. And it's Kerry's, it's just so amazing. We finally got it on an album now, isn't
So
it?
yeah, it's our heart and our home, and I think it has a good place on this album as well to be able to show that to everyone as well, and everyone to have a listen to. It's a privilege to be able to have it there on the album,
It's a
and I'm looking
beautiful
forward
song.
to everyone hearing about it.
It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful waltz.
I keep are always about you, and your whispering winds are calling to me. Kerry.
So that's House with the Yellow Door, and we're really looking forward to you hearing it.
Oh my god. There's one song we forgot.
So there is.
Love won't break your heart, boy. They say if you want to tell a Kerry story, you gotta get a Kerry person to tell it, right?
That's correct.
So it's a very up-tempo Irish country song. It's a funny story, and it's about an old man gives a young man some very, very important love advice. But there's a good twist at the end, isn't there?
It's a warm-hearted story for sure.
A warm heart. I like that's a good description. A
Yeah,
warm-hearted
with a bit of fun.
And
story and fun. And who doesn't need a bit of fun nowadays? Like, I know I do, new mother.
So out
And you know.
18th of May, you can get it on sharprecords.com or any good record store. You can also download it from Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you like. So we hope you enjoy it, and we're really looking forward to you hearing it.
So here's to the House with the Yellow Door.
You gotta have some faith, the best will wait.